our group, Mrs. Mercier?
I'm sorry, what?
Is this our group?
Yeah, yes, I do believe we're finally all together.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to help Emmy read this book. Emmy, this book's, the title is Dog Loves Books, like by Louise Yates. Right, Em? Okay. And this book, let's see, I think there was a dedication in the back. This book is dedicated to Eleanor and Cedric. And we do not know who Eleanor and Cedric are, but somebody special to the author. Are you ready, Em? Okay, here we go. Emmy loved books. She loved the smell of books, and she loved the feel of them, and she loved everything about them. Emmy loved books so much that she decided to open her own bookstore. She unwrapped, unpacked, and stacked the books ready for the grand opening. When the day of the grand opening finally came, Emmy had a bath, dried her fur, blew her nose, and threw open the door to greet her new customers. But there was no one there, so Emmy tried to keep busy. And then a lady came into the store. "I'll have a tea with milk and 2 sugars," she said. "I'm sorry," said Emmy, "but this is a bookstore. I only sell books." The lady walked out. Emmy was alone. She waited and she waited, and then a man came into the store to ask for directions. And when he left, Emmy was downhearted. Oh, poor Emmy. But not for long. She wouldn't wait a moment more. Emmy fetched a book from the shelf and began to read. When she read, she forgot that she was waiting. When she read, she forgot that she was alone. And when she read, she forgot that she was in the bookstore. And when one adventure ended, Emmy simply took another book down from the shelf and a new adventure began. So Emmy was somewhere else altogether when a customer came into the store to ask for a book. Emmy knew exactly which ones to recommend. Emmy loves books, but most of all, she loves to share them. The end.
Is this like all about Emmy?
This one was all about Emmy, wasn't it?
Wow.
Pretty neat, huh?
Did Emmy
Pretty neat.
read that?
Well, what do you think?
Well, Emmy.
Emmy did. She was just using my voice. But she liked to read a story about a friend of hers now.
Ooh.
Can I just ask them all a question for a moment?
Of course.
When Emmy was no longer alone, how did that happen?
What?
How did it happen that she was no longer alone? She said she was no longer alone, but yet she was in the bookstore all by herself. Why was she no longer alone, though? Aaliyah.
Like, she had some friends.
How?
The book.
What, Diana?
In the book.
In the book. So when she didn't feel alone because she was reading. And she was on an adventure in her reading. So she wasn't lonely at all anymore. So she was reading.
And then here, when the customer walked into the bookstore, she was somewhere else altogether. Was she really somewhere else? No, she was somewhere else. Where? In her imagination. Right. Very nice. Okay. You want to read about your best friend Sally, Emmy? Okay. I'm going to read. Now this is a trick book too. So be.
We're headed back to my office, but thank you very much for letting us hear.
Well, you're welcome. Anytime. You're always welcome to come and listen.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome. So this book. There's a sort of a twist in this book too about Sally. So think about it while I'm reading, okay? Sally Goes to the Mountains by Stephen Huneck. And Emmy chose this book because she loves to go to the mountains. She didn't get to go with Sally this day, but this is a story about Sally.
I've seen pictures of Emmy at going mountain climbing.
Yep, she loves
Likes
it.
to go for her hikes.
She does, she does. That's an interesting picture, isn't it?
Mrs. Beller, can Chloe interrupt you for a moment?
Sure, go ahead, Chloe.
Tell her.
What?
She needs a Fitbit.
Well, that's probably true. Today I went to the beach with Emmy, and I walked about a little over a mile, and I'm sure she walked about 3 because I was throwing the ball for her, and she was running. That's why she's kind of tired right now. But she loves to read. So, ready, Emmy? Sally Goes to the Mountain. Let's see what Sally does. This book is dedicated to dogs everywhere and the children who love them. So if you have a dog and you love your dog, this book is written for you. We are going camping in the mountains. We read about the animals that live there. I cannot wait to see them. Wild animals. We load the van with our gear and lots of food. Sally, go to sleep. We will be there in the morning. And Sally has her happy dog chunky food and her chicken nibbles and for a good dog and her dog treats. And she's got her bed in the back of the car. And Sally knows how to do that because Emmy knows how to do that too, because when Emmy and I go to Illinois together, she has her bed in the back too, and she sleeps all the way there. The mountains are beautiful and hopping with life. I want to play with a rabbit, but he vanishes into thin air. I climb a tree and meet a bird. She sings a lovely song. Hi, my name is Sally. Who? Sally. Who? Sally. Who? Sally. Who? Sally.
That's funny.
I soon have enough of that. I go for a swim. That's one of Emmy's very favorite things to do. And when Emmy and Sally get together, they have a lot of fun. The water is perfect and the fish are jumping.
Dogs eat fish.
Oh yeah. I like sticks, but the beaver has me beat. Beaver's got more sticks than Sally. A family of skunks is very nice, except for one little stinker. Phew-wee, we've had that experience before. It's not fun. I want to play with a raccoon, but he says nighttime is playtime for me. Too tired to play in the daytime. I see moose tracks all around, but I do not see a moose.
That's cute. I like that picture.
I meet a bear eating berries off a bush. My stomach starts to growl. I find a bush with my favorite food, but no one to open the cans. I have never been so hungry. Sally, wake up! We're in the mountains. Time for breakfast. And there. That's right. Sally was dreaming all the way there about what she was going to see in the mountains. Right, Em? Emmy dreams about things too. I hear her
What?
probably chasing rabbits. She makes some noises and she moves her feet.
I do chase birds a lot.
Yeah.
As I'm fond of feathers, like the seagulls, like white feathers, like red.
Now I have something to do.
What's that?
Let's just read
Oh,
because
we have some more if we have some more time.
Sure, do it every time we want.
Well,
Did you guys know that Emmy went on a trip cross country?
she went all the way to the Grand Canyon.
Beller.
Yeah, and she'll be going again. We're going to be going to Chicago pretty soon in a few weeks. Okay, so you want to hear some more about
yes.
Emmy or about Sally?
Sally. About Emmy.
Sally?
Emmy.
I will. We'll start with Sally, and then we'll see if we have time to read another one. Okay? Ready to tell more about Sally, Emmy? Sally Gets a Job by Stephen Huneck. Okay. Just looking at the help wanted columns. What do you think would be a good job for Sally?
A therapist dog.
Okay.
Keeping her bed from floating away.
All right.
What?
Let's see.
Fireman dog.
I don't know who this one's dedicated to. I like to look at the
Who
dedications.
sent a fireman dog for Sally for a job? I couldn't hear what he said. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Therapist.
Therapist dog would be good too, and but fireman dog too. It's a lovely day that it's a lucky dog that has a family, and it's a lucky family that has a dog. There they go, off to work and school. I wish I could go too. Maybe I should get a job. Emmy, do you like having your job? You do? Okay, good. I would love to be the school bus driver. I
Did you
don't
guys
know.
want to ride on a school bus that had like Emmy or Sally being the driver?
The driver?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a very good job for
I don't
Emmy.
think so.
Now, what would happen if she was driving the bus and she saw a squirrel outside and ran right out that door to get that squirrel, which is something she could do. Better yet, I could be a teacher.
A dog teacher.
A zoo might be a great place to work. Yeah. Do you think Emmy could be a good teacher?
Yeah, she's a dog.
She teaches a little bit, doesn't she? About reading? Yeah, she's a good reader. And she might be okay in a zoo, but I'm not sure the other animals would like a dog running around the zoo. I could feed the elephants, but cleaning up afterward might be harder than I think. Oh, I don't think so. Some dogs make great guards, but I don't think it's for me. Though being a lifeguard sounds like fun. Yeah, she'd be a good lifeguard because she's a good swimmer, right?
Noah, make sure Noah sit back a little bit, honey, because everybody can't see. Thank you. Thank you.
I like to dig in the sand. Maybe I could be an archaeologist. What's an archaeologist?
Digging for dinosaurs.
Digging for different kinds of animals, bones of animals, right? Excellent. Or maybe I should just focus on bones and become a paleontologist, studying bones of animals. What's like a dinosaur, right? In a museum. Now I don't know if Emmy would study the bones or possibly chew on them. So that might not work out so well for her. I also love playing ball. Maybe I could turn pro. Well, Emmy would be good at that. I like people and people like me. Maybe I should run for president. Emmy, that's what we
Amy sat
need.
right up for that one.
We need that one.
We need you, Emmy.
We need you, Emmy. It says vote for Sally, or we could say Emmy. I missed the joke. Though I have never seen one, I think.
Hey, Eddie.
Emmy's a dog.
Guys.
Not a bunny. Emmy's a doggy, not a bunny.
Though I have never seen one, I think it would be fun to be a hip hop star. Oh, then Emmy would have to dance a lot. Studying.
A frog on the
Studying nature is a lot of fun. Nothing about it bugs me. Every time I visit the pond, I get frogs on the brain. Maybe I should be a biologist. That would be nice, studying animals, right? I could become a rescue dog and rescue cats from trees, or even burning buildings. What a hero I would be.
burning
Yeah.
buildings.
So they do have dogs that are rescue dogs. So if there's a disaster and a building falls, or something happens to like a earthquake, and people are buried underneath buildings, they have dogs that sniff out to see where the people are,
Like a police dog.
yeah, and they try to find
Those
some
dogs
people that
especially more trained than a police dog. The type of dog.
right, they're really trained well, but it's a similar idea, but they're even trained more, right, called a rescue dog, and you'd have to have a lot of training to do that. Emmy doesn't have that much training for that. Farming might be good. I could get to drive a tractor, and making maple syrup in the early spring would be really yummy. That would be yummy, boy. But I bet Emmy would love to have some maple syrup. I could become a chef and open a fine restaurant. It would be a lot of work cooking and cleaning, but washing the dishes would be tasty.
I love
She could just wash the dishes with her tongue. What do you think, Kaya?
Yeah.
Would that work? Do you think people would want to eat from dishes that a dog licked clean? No. You got the I know you would love it, but that wouldn't work for the rest of the people. I am very psychic. I can always tell when my family is about to arrive. I am so happy they are home. I realize now I have the best job in the world, taking care of my family. Yay! Now that's a very interesting thing about being psychic, because I have something to tell you that's special about Emmy. Can you listen? Emmy's kind of psychic too, because when her daddy comes home, she can hear his car all the way from the turnpike, and she gets all excited, and she hears the motor of his car, and she gets all excited.
No way.
Yeah. I know, it's amazing. And then, like clockwork, about between 5 and 10 minutes later, he'll show up at the
Do
door.
I have time for
Do we have time for one more?
Yes.
Oh, Emmy, are you okay to read one more, you think? Yeah, your tail's wagging, so okay. All right, so this is a different one. This is kind of an interesting one, too. This one says, Dog Loves Drawing by Louise Yates. Same person.
Kind of like that one.
It's the same author as this one. And these two are written by the same author, too.
Which one is that? Emmy.
This one, Dog Loves Drawing by Louise Yates. This one's about Emmy, too, yes. Okay.
This one's a lot.
Emmy loved books. She loved books so much that she opened her own bookstore. When she wasn't sharing books with others, Emmy was reading them herself. One morning, a package arrived. Inside was a book, but as Emmy opened it up, she saw, to his surprise, that it had no words and no pictures. How curious, she thought. That doesn't look too much like Emmy, does it?
It's like white.
Yeah. Just inside the cover, she noticed a message from her Aunt Dora that read, "To my dearest dog, may the lines you draw open to a door to some wonderful adventures. With love from your Aunt Dora." It was a sketchbook. Emmy knew exactly what to do. She pulled out her pens, laid out her brushes, sharpened her pencils, took a deep breath, and drew a door. She stepped through it, and on the empty page in front of her, Emmy drew a stick man. "Hello," said the stick man. "Hello," said Emmy. "I'm not sure what else to draw." "Let's doodle," suggested the stick man. That's the best way to come up with ideas. So that is what they did. Then they turned the page together.
Aww.
"It would be even more fun if there were others to join us," said Emmy. So Emmy drew a duck, and the duck drew an owl, and the owl drew a crab, and the crab did some coloring in. Soon they were all spilling onto the next page. Now what, they wondered. Let's go on an outing, hooted an owl. So Emmy drew a train, and they all climbed aboard. While the duck was arguing with the others about who should drive, the stickman drew himself a driver's hat, scribbled some steam, and they were off. The scenery streaked past them. They were traveling so fast. At last, the stickman drew the train to a stop. Emmy got out and drew a boat, while the crab scribbled some sea. They climbed aboard, all except the crab, who clung onto the side. The stickman drew some sandwiches because he was very hungry. The owl copied the sandwiches because she was hungry too. And the duck drew an enormous cake because he was the hungriest of all. Emmy colored in the cloudless sky, and they drifted. The boat drifted a long way before land appeared. They all got out and stretched their legs. The crab drew a parasol to protect himself from the sun. See what a parasol is? Like an umbrella. Okay? Then the duck decided to draw a, monster.
Cool.
And that spoiled everything. The monster chased them all the way around the island and on to the next page. Then Emmy had a brilliant idea. He quickly drew a door. She quickly drew a door and leaped through it. On the other side, she found herself back in the bookshop. She turned to the last page of her sketchbook and made sure that all her friends were safe and that the monster could not escape. "Keep out! Danger!" Then she dashed out to buy some more paper. Dear Emmy loves drawing, and the very next thing she drew was a thank you card for Aunt Dora.
Oh.
Dear Aunt Dora, thank you very much for my sketchbook. With love from Emmy.
Dog.
Yep, dog. Emmy dog.
Emmy dog.
And that's the end. Oh, this book is dedicated for those who taught and encouraged me to draw. So that was a very nice dedication. So those are all the things that dogs can do. Emmy, you were doing a very good job reading. What do you think?